Hi, everybody. Dan Oman, Mike Beer, the DRF race of the day for Sunday, August the 28th, Grade 1 action at the Spa. Race number 9 is the Ballerina. Fillies and mares going 7 furlongs. $500,000 is the purse. We'll be back with the full preview in 15 seconds.
Want to view free Formulator past performances for this race? Head to the Race of the Day page at DRF.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel and bet this card with DRF Bets.
Here's the field for the Grade 1 Ballerina. We've got last year's Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint winner, the number 1 CC in here as the 2-1 morning line favorite. But Mike, she's far from a cinch in a very competitive race.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, I certainly would peg her as the horse to beat. There's plenty to recommend. CC in this race, shipping back up here to try the Ballerina again. A race that she was third in last year behind Gamine. I don't know, Dan. I like her, well enough in this race, but I went through this race 1 through 7. I wanted to make a case for everybody. I sort of felt like this race was kind of wide open.
And there appears to be some speed in this race. Let's throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Any race where the number 5, Bella Sophia, is listed as second on the pace projector, you'd think there's got to be some pace. Lady Rocket is fast. She's run some big races. She's sharp for Brad Cox. But Bella Sophia is not the most rateable type. I think they'll be pretty close to what should be a fast pace or a fair pace up front.
Yeah, I think Bella Sophia will be up close too. We'll see if she can, just sort of rebound here and run a better race. She did not run well in her prep for this, for a barn that is just struggling mightily at the meet so far. We'll see if Bella Sophia shows up with her best stuff, because she's a contender if she does. I did think Lady Rocket would go forward, Dan. It's her best running style. She's got plenty of speed. I think she is going to be on the lead, but I don't think she's going to get away too soft up there.
Number 1 is CC. She has been a versatile type throughout her career, a Grade 1 stakes winner sprinting, a Grade 1 stakes winner going long, but I think she's at her best going 7/8 of a mile, which is what she's going to get here, and was what she got last time out this race, the Grade 2 Princess Rooney at Gulfstream Park, where she was 2-5. She was just much better than these horses on paper. Victor Espinoza kept her on the outside, and she wins very comfortably in ridden-out fashion.
Yeah, I mean, just a race that she was supposed to win, towered over that field on paper, won it very easily. Listen, again, she's pretty easy to make a case for in here. She's a very good horse. I won't disagree with your, idea that she's probably best at 7 furlongs. It is kind of interesting, though, to just look at her form overall, Dan, and she's won 3 graded stakes races sprinting on dirt so far. 2 of them are very weak renewals of that Princess Rooney that we just watched. And then there's that Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint, which, I don't want to be too hard on her. She obviously ran well that day, but it was a little bit of an opportunistic win. I don't know. She's the horse to beat in here. I never really want a short price on this horse. I'm going to try to beat her.
Ran very well 2 starts back against Latruska and Clairiere, 2 of the better older distaffers in the country. We'll see them on Saturday in the Personal Ensign. The 2 is obligatory. And really, the fact that Lady Rocket's in here, Bella Sophia's in here, that could help obligatory. Because if there's one thing we know about this Bill Mott trainee, she would like some pace to run at. And that really wasn't the case last time out in the Bed of Roses when she was second behind Bella Sophia. She ran very well, and she never stopped trying.
Yeah, I thought that was, oddly enough, one of the best races that perhaps obligatory's ever run, and a race that just didn't set up for her at all. Only a 4-horse field, a really slow pace for that distance, and she was still making up ground at the end. I really liked that performance. We haven't seen her since then, so we'll see what we get off this little bit of a freshening. But I get that her running style could compromise her chances against some, really good horses in here. But I personally think she's come back a much improved horse as a 4-year-old. And I think she fits right into this race if she gets any kind of a trip.
Case in point, her Grade 1 stakes victory 2 starts back, a race in which she got some pace. She worked out a nice in-out trip under Jose Ortiz, and she stormed down the center of the Churchill Downs track. Just win. The 3 is Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Swirl's a bit of an underrated sort who might be coming into this race the right way. She's only raced once this year, however, and this was back in May. This is a 3rd level allowance, and it was a fine spot for Bill Mott to pick off of a long layoff. She set a very nice trip. She was pocketed most of the way. She got to the 2-path without much fuss, and she just rolls by the leader in hand. She wins with a career best 96 Beyer speed figure. Her relative inactivity bothers me a bit, but this is a very easy win off the layoff.
Yeah, exactly. A really good starting off point for a 4-year-old campaign. I, like you, I'm a little concerned that we haven't seen her since then. There is a month-long gap in her work tab there, so maybe she had some kind of minor issue. Seems like she's been back training pretty well though for the last 6 weeks or so. I really like this horse. I think on her best day she can go with fillies like this, especially if she improves at all as a 4-year-old. And she came off that little layoff up here last year going 7 in the allowance race. She was super that day. The kind of effort we feel like, boy, maybe they should have waited a couple of weeks and ran her in the test.
She's a bit pace adaptable, Caramel Swirl. She can stay close to moderate fractions like last time. 2 back when she won the graded Raven Run for 3-year-old fillies at Keeneland during the fall, she sat back off of a fast pace. The 4 is Lady Rocket, and on occasion she runs huge races. The Go for Wand, a 1-turn mile, her final start of 2021. Not sure I'd believe the 107 by her speed figure, but she did run away and hide from that group, and she got back to her form last time out at Churchill, turning back to 7, gate to wire win in the Chicago. She'll be forward, but Bella Sophia figures to be breathing down her throat.
Yeah, we'll see if she can get the right kind of situation here. Obviously, she's a good horse, Dan. Another horse that I don't want to knock too hard, but I've never been, a really big fan of Lady Rockets. Like you, I get that she looked good winning that Go for One with the big figure last year, but I'll take that 107 with a grain of salt. And otherwise, her races, I guess they make her a contender in here, but they don't, make her any kind of a standout. She could win if she gets the right trip. I wanted other horses.
It's been a tough meet for Rudy Rodriguez. I won't be surprised at all if he gets hot the last week and a half or so, and Bella Sophia might be the one to do it. The winner of the test last year over course and distance. 2 starts back, she won the Bed of Roses. She looked very awkward with her lead changes that day. She took advantage of a slow pace. She held off obligatory. And let's be honest, she didn't run very well last time out in the honorable miss. Was it a situation where she didn't get to the front and she got a little sour, or is she tailing a bit off form?
Yeah, I'm going to take the latter position there, but I certainly understand anybody who wants to give her one more chance. I didn't think she ran well at all in the honorable miss last time. Now, she did show speed. They elected not to go. There was a big long shot. The 4th horse in that field was a big long shot shipping in, so they just let that horse take the lead and sat off her. And after that, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but to me, there was never a point in that race where it looked like Bella Sophia was going to win. And when they came to the top of the stretch, she was no match for the 1-2 finishers. That was a disappointing performance. I get that she won her first 2 starts back this year with triple-digit buyers. I was not particularly impressed with either one of those performances either. I'm starting to think she hasn't come back as good as a 4-year-old.
Talk about a strong hand. Bill Mott has obligatory. He has Caramel Swirl. He has Travel Column. This horse was a very good 3-year-old filly early last year. It looked like she tailed off form after the Kentucky Oaks. Her first start for Mott off of a very lengthy layoff. This filly aired at Churchill Downs. Again, Mott found a great spot off the bench in a 3rd level allowance. Good tactical speed, wonderful outside post position, and some back races and potential that make me think we might not have seen her best.
That's exactly how I look at her. There's plenty of upside here as well. It feels like there's a chance she really goes forward at some point now as a 4-year-old. It took her a while to get her back to the races, but she did come back with a really nice performance last time, won that race as easy as a horse could win a race, and did so while stalking an odds-on favorite on the lead. I don't know. She was good at 3. You always sort of had the impression, or at least I did, especially after the Kentucky Oaks, that those longer distances just don't really suit her, Dan. I think shorter distances are better for her. I'm not going to be surprised if she jumps up in a big way here.
Completing this quality field is the 7, Goodnight Olive. Chad Brown has been very, very patient with this daughter of Go Sapper. He has let her go through her conditions. She's won 4 straight, including this race at 3rd level allowance at Saratoga earlier this meet. This is 3 weeks ago. She simply sat on the outside. She burst past these horses. She's 1-5. She wins like a 1-5 shot. Now she gets the acid test, but she's done little wrong and she deserves an opportunity at the big time.
Yeah, that's how I look at her too. This is not an easy spot for a horse like Goodnight Olive, but who knows how good this horse is, Dan. I mean, we've already, obviously the horses like Caramel Swirl and Travel Column have, the back graded stakes credentials, but we're, talking about them. We loved that their prep races off of allowance wins here. That's what you're getting with Goodnight Olive. She has not been touched in her last 4 starts. Who knows how good she is? I don't want to bet her in here, but I'll be very interested to see how she does.
Before we get to our top selections, please click the subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for all the latest DRFTV video offerings. Top pick time in the Ballerina. You've got the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint winner CC down towards the inside. She is our second pick in this race. We're going with Bilmont to upend her, just with different Bilmont trained fillies.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they bet everybody outside of CC to that. I don't really have any idea what kind of prices these horses are going to be. Personally, all three have obligatory starts this year. I think she's run great in all of them. I think she's a much improved horse here. I'm hoping she gets some kind of pace to run at.
And she certainly classes up with these horses. I'm expecting a strong late run from obligatory. Carmel's Roll just continues to interest me. She was a good 3-year-old filly. It looked like she was getting very good towards the end of that season. Then the long layoff. She comes back with the easy win, then another layoff, and then Mott throws her in a grade 1. I think Bill thinks she's doing well. I think the price will be okay. 3172 for me, 2136 for Mike. It's the grade 1 Ballerina, your Sunday race of the day. Good luck.